workers or non-vaccinated workers ban. What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, we reported from the Dailies yesterday that the government has said that from December 1, unvaccinated workers won't have access to their work. And then we said that it is a two-sided affair. One, it is risky because the health workers, they are at the front line of this fight against COVID-19. So when you say they won't be able to work,
and maybe there are some of them that have not also been vaccinated.
Yes, so and the senior staff, the association is also saying that because the number of vaccines that are coming to the country, it is quite low. So there are not enough vaccines to go around all their staff. So if they are saying the staff will be able to work because they are not vaccinated, you are not being sincere because they are not getting access to this vaccine and you are telling them not to go to work. We need to make sure we bridge the gap between the number of vaccines we have. We need to increase the number of vaccines that come into our country for the health workers particularly.
Okay, if I hear you well, what you are saying is that for that step to be taken, there must be enough facilities.
Yes.
It's only when you see that it's the people that have not responded
yes
that you can take.
You cannot take that action to say you ban them from going to work.
Okay. How do you imagine consensus PDP chairmanship candidates? And there's a newspaper that says any consensus pick up as PDP chairmanship start debate on zoning. There's another paper that says that there's another newspaper that talk about the chance not gets PDP's not to contest 2023 presidency. That's from the Punch. How do you imagine as chair then not gets PDP's not to contest 2023 presidency? Is that it?
Yeah, we know we practice something called zoning in this part of the world, and I believe that our viewers also know that zoning is actually not constitutional. Zoning is not enshrined in our constitution.
It's just the party's ideology.
Yes, it's party. So we had the first zoning in the Second Republic, the MPN. That was when the idea of zoning came. So I think that for the PDP, it is a good thing that they are getting their acts together because we all know that they've been having some internal crisis. So if they finally decided that they want to zone the presidency to the north, I feel it is a good one. So we wish them all the best in the forthcoming elections.
I think IU is from the north.
Yes, so it's from North Central.
From North Central?
Yes.
So if the chairman of the party is from North Central, can the presidential candidate also come from the north?
That is what we are saying. It is zoning. So if the party as a unit have decided that they want to zone this, it's at the discretion of the members of the party. So if they have decided that they want to zone North Central and then the presidency to the north, it's at their discretion. So we are looking forward to who emerges as the presidential candidate.
But they even said something. It's in the rider of that story from the Punch. It was put in black and white that North Central could contest. That's from Balaji.
Okay. Yeah, you see, it is the same thing we are saying. They have zoned the presidency to the north. So every part of the north has a chance to present a candidate.
But they just said something. It's also in the rider that North can't produce president and chairman same time.
Yeah.
That's from the
just is saying that the North cannot produce the chairman. To an extent, personally, I agree with him. If zoning in essence is that you are shifting from one part of the country to another part of the country. So if you've given a layman understanding of zoning, that if you've given zoning the chairmanship of the party to the north, at least the presidency should go to another part of the country. But the PDP have, in their own knowledge, decided that they want to zone everything to the north. So let's watch out and see how it all plays out. It's 2023 is sure going to be very.
How easy it will be to zone the party's chairmanship to the north and also the presidential candidate to the north from the same party? Okay. Our engagements with IPO and bandits, not by us. That's from the military. I see that from the Daily Independent. Our engagements with IPO and bandits, not by us. That's from the military.
I think I have to agree with them because the military the Nigerian army is not it's not restricted to a particular region. This is the Nigerian army. So they are dealing with criminals irrespective of where you come from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. If you are criminal elements, you have to be dealt with. So I tend to agree.
So both IPOB and bandits are internal attackers.
Yeah, and they are criminal elements. They need to be taken away.
Confirmed deaths of ruthless Israel leader Al-Banawi. That one is also from the Daily Independence. What they are trying to say is that Al-Banawi is dead.
Yeah, it is a good one for us. It's a good one for us.
I think there are some speculations that the man is not dead. Maybe the military are just making propaganda.
At this moment, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt because we are actually not in the front of the fight. So it's the military that's in the front of the fight. We have to give them the benefit of the doubt that
since we've not seen Al-Banawi coming out saying this way you are not dead.
Yeah, so let's all assume that he's dead.
If he's not dead, let him come out.
Yes, let him come and show himself to us.
Terrorists not frustrating Abuja, not infiltrating Abuja. That's also from the military.
Yeah, it is very critical. Abuja is the seat of power. So if the terrorists can get access to it, then there's nothing less for us. So I encourage the military to please make sure that they don't let the bandits into Abuja. They should try to eliminate them from every part of the country because Nigerians want to live happy, want to live in peace, and then it's the job for us on the military to ensure that happens for us.
You know, Nigeria ordered, I think, 12 Tucano jets. We received 6 some months ago. Now there's a rider here that says 6 remaining Tucano jets delivered September 28th.
Yeah, it is very. We need all we can get to fight these bandits and these terrorists we have in this country. So
what else do you think we need to hate our military's work?
I think that this administration of President Buhari has actually tried because we had 6, we've gotten another 6, so it has increased our armory, and then we've gotten more firepower to attack the terrorists. So I think that currently we are in the right place. We have a lot of, and I know we still have some more equipment that we're expecting, and so when we get all this, I think we are taking the fight to them now. We are taking the fight to the terrorists now.
Okay, before I leave Daily Independence, there's a story. It's about oncoming Anambra's gubernatorial election. IGP orders deployment of 34,587 policemen, 3 helicopters and dogs. With the situation of things in the east, more especially, let's about the sit-at-home order from the High Court, vandalization here and there. What can you say about the next gubernatorial election in Anambra? Though the INEC are preparing, the police went to preparing, and this what you are reading about their preparation. What do you have to say about the oncoming election in Anambra?
Yeah, before I talk about the upcoming elections, I want to talk a little bit about the first heading that you read, that the police have said
34,587 policemen.
Yes, 3 helicopters and dogs. Are we going to fight war? So we need to get.
I think it's because of the situation.
Yeah, so I'm getting there.
The security situation in the east.
It is sad. It is sad that we have to spend this much manpower for an election.
If they don't do that, you know, IPOB may mobilize people from other eastern states to Anambra in order to disrupt the election.
So now back to the IPOB issue. It is Anambra State is part of Nigeria. Anambra State is, we have citizens of Anambra State that want to on election day go and vote for who they want. So if we now start having these clashes with IPOB, with the police, with the security agents, it makes no sense. Honestly, it is a very sad situation that we are experiencing in Anambra, in some parts of the east. It is actually sad. But I applaud the military agents, the police for the show of manpower. I believe it's going to an extent help to curtail the exigencies of the IPOB. their seat at home or not.
Okay. Let me go back to the punch. It's about revenue generation. Osinbajo urges creativity by states on revenue generation. Creativity on revenue generation. Do you think won't that bring multi-taxation?
Not necessarily, because a lot of our governors have developed this attitude of going to Abuja to get. They don't want to be inventive. They don't want to think. They don't want to find ways to improve their ideas. So what they just do, they just wait for the end of the month. They'll go to Abuja. They'll take money. They'll come back. They are not even generate. There are some states in this country that they don't even generate up to 1 billion, and they have the capacity to exceed that. So what Osinbajo is saying is that they should find ways to generate money from their states without solely depending on the federal government.
States that are generated should generate more.
Yes, they can always do better. Yeah, they can always do better.
Bring creative.
Yes, finding ideas on how to do.
That's what I'm trying to say. That won't that cause multi-taxation?
Not necessarily. They don't necessarily have to tax the citizens to improve their funding. There are other ways the state can generate money without taxing people.
What are the ways?
Okay, let me give you an example. A state like Imo, they have a lot of palm oil. So if they will invest in palm oil generation in that state, they can get to a point where they will export. And when they start exporting, they start getting revenue. So you don't necessarily have to tax everybody. There are some states that have some products that they can make. There are some states that can produce things. So if there are some states that, there are some states in this country that run airlines. Like Akwa has an airline. That is another way of generating revenue for the state. So you don't necessarily have to tax people to generate revenue for your state. Our governors just have to be inventive and find creative ways of generating monies for their states and not relying solely on Abuja.
Okay. Let me go to another story. Osinbajo to governors, don't bank on monthly allocation. Don't bank on monthly allocation. Have we gone through that story?
Yes, it's just we spoke about now. Osinbajo is telling the governors to do their jobs. That was why they were elected. They were elected to better their states. So you have to find ways to better your states. You have to find ways to improve the living condition of your people. You can't just the money you get from Abuja is obviously not enough. So you have to find other ways to generate more money.
They should not rely
on the federal government alone. Yes.
They should not rely on the monthly allocation.
Yes.
Okay. 2023, 7 political parties in merger talks. That's from Mugali. Ahead of 2023 general election, 7 political parties in merger talks. What do you think they want to achieve?
Obviously, they want to get power, so they are looking for means in which they will get to see the power. So if they feel merging gives them a better chance of getting seats in the House, in the Senate, in the presidency, then it's a good idea, because multitude is better than one. 2 heads are better than one, as I say.
Is it likely we will have PDP among those 7 parties?
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. But everything is possible.
Who are they merging to fight?
I will say they are all mad.
Who are they merging to win?
Currently, we have a ruling party, which is the APC. So I will think that they are merging to fight the APC, to keep the APC out of office, out of power.
Okay, before we go, let's do this story. Federal government should compensate Southeast for civil war losses. That's from Governor Uzodinma. Which kind of compensation does he want?
I think obviously he will want monetary compensation, but this will fall on the desk of the presidency.
Okay.
So the president will have to decide on what he wants. Apparently, Uzodinma is a very good friend of the president, so I feel he should talk to the president about this. So they will get to a resolution between themselves.
Anyway, Viewers at home, this is the end of the program from the Dailies from Cream Radio TV. I'm Akishola Akintode. With me in the studio is
40.
See you next time. Catch you.